Hi everybody, my name is Ida. I'm really busy moving right now because I'm going back to Sweden and I had to get stuff from my apartment here and I've been very... well, that's rude. So I've just been very busy, but I figured I should sit down and film another video before going back to Sweden. So yeah, this is that video. I decided to talk about something that happened maybe a year ago and it's definitely a weird story, at least to me, so I hope you enjoy it. Also, let me know in the comments if you like this new setup. I'm trying something new here and if you like it, I'm gonna keep doing it, and if you don't, then I guess I'll have to stop. Let's get into the story. So this was back when we lived in my old apartment with Silvia, Theo and Joseph, and I just went down to Hongdae to, I guess, buy some things or whatever, and as I'm walking back home there's this car that's parked and it's like a sports car. I'm not good with cars, sorry, but it was like one of those cars that doesn't have a roof. So I'm just walking and the car is just there parked with a guy sitting in the driver's seat just doing nothing, and as I'm walking up the hill I pass the car and like, yeah, it's a car, so I keep walking and, you know, I'm walking kind of slowly because I'm looking into like different windows of different stores, you know, just looking around, taking my time, and you know when you get this feeling like, I feel like someone's following me. So I look back, the car is slowly going up the hill behind me. Not like right behind me, but maybe like 20 meters behind me or something. So I'm like, okay, he's driving very slow because this is one of those streets where it's like cars and people walking all in the same street. There's no like sidewalks. So I just kind of step to the side because I'm thinking maybe, you know, there's a lot of people, so maybe he's just driving carefully, so I get out of his way and I keep walking. And at the top of the hill there's this like car road where they actually have sidewalks. So I reach that road, he drives past me, still driving very slowly though. I'm like, okay, whatever, so I keep walking, I cross the street and I go to this pyeongjam that's along the road because I guess I'm buying something to eat. So I go inside, buy some stuff, and when I come out, that same car is parked outside of the convenience store, which is kind of weird because this isn't like a road you can park on. Like, it's a road, you're supposed to drive on it, not stand still. I noticed the car because, you know, the car stands out, it's a very like special looking car, and I can see the driver is looking at me. He's wearing like sunglasses or whatever, looking super cool. So I start walking and he starts up the engine and he starts driving behind me, and I'm like, okay, he's clearly following me because he was waiting outside of this like 7-Eleven for me to come back out. So I'm starting to get very uncomfortable. Like, this is in the middle of the day, probably around lunchtime, and I'm just like, dude, do you have nowhere else to be? Why are you behind me all the way home to my house? Like, that's very creepy. And after maybe 50 meters he drives up next to me and starts driving like parallel to me as I'm walking on the sidewalk, and it's a Korean guy. He's talking to me in English and he's like, hey, where are you from? You know, stuff like that, and I'm kind of uncomfortable, so I'm just like, okay, not really answering his questions. And he's like, oh, do you have any Korean friends? Do you wanna go for a ride in my car? Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, no, I would rather not. And he's just like, oh, come on, it will be fun, blah blah blah, you know. And I'm just like, does this ever work? Because there's like a thing in Korea where people, they spend all their money on their like outer appearance, but then they actually live in like a shoebox somewhere, or like maybe with their parents. I feel like this guy just bought this super fancy car to drive around and try to pick up materialistic girls. I happen to not be one of those, so I keep declining his invitations to get in his car. Since this was like a year ago, I don't actually remember what made him leave, but eventually he drives off, and I was starting to think that I would have to take a different way home because he was following me so close to my house, and I was like, I can't show him where I live because this guy he has stalker tendencies, okay, so I'm not gonna lead him to my home. And that was the end of that story. Like that, nothing really happened, luckily. But what makes this strange is that this was not the first time this happened, because way back when I used to live in Itaewon, I had a very similar experience where, again, I was leaving my house that time, I think, and again a car was parked, and as I'm walking by it, the guy rolls down the window, also a Korean guy. And back then, I guess if you've seen our videos, you can probably tell I was a bit more naive, a bit more stupid back then. So he rolls down the window and he's like, hey, where are you from? Do you speak Korean? And now not wanting to be rude, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm from Sweden, yes, I speak a little bit of Korean. And he starts talking to me, and again he offers me to get in his car, and I don't know, like, please let me know if this is normal in your country, because this has never happened to me in Sweden where someone just uses their car to pick up people. Because both of this time was like the middle of the day, I'm just out walking in like sweatpants, like nothing special, and I don't know, I find it very creepy, to be honest. Like, are you really that desperate? Yeah, this is a short video, it's more of a be careful announcement, I guess. So yeah, I've had friends with similar experience, all foreigner girls, and just be careful, guys, okay? Obviously, none of us got into the car, so we don't know what would have happened. Maybe they just wanted to take you driving, but I would say don't get in the car, no matter how handsome he is, how rich he seems to be. And also, I know I keep promising to give you a room tour, and I was planning on doing one now before going back to Sweden, but I ran into some problems. I went to IKEA to buy like a dresser, because I needed some place to put my clothes. And when I got there, I picked out the one I wanted, and I went down to the storage room thing to pick out the pieces, because you have to buy the drawers and the frame separately. And as I get there, they're out of frames. So right now all of my clothes and things are just stacked in drawers. So there's no actual dresser holding the drawers up, they're just stacked in a big pile on the floor. So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to wait with shooting that until I'm back. Stay tuned, and I promise there will be other fun videos until then. And if you really want to see the room tour, let me know and I will get to it as fast as possible. Anyways, let me know what you think about this set, if picking people up in cars is normal in your country, or if you had a similar experience. Leave it in the comments, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!
And everything was like fine. It wasn't amazing, it was fine. And later in the evening, his friend called him and asked him to hang out or something, and he replied with, I can't, I'm on a date with my girlfriend. And I was like, what? On the outside I was like but on the inside I was like, what the hell? Like, we